Picture this. You're ready to sell your home and move on to the next chapter of your life, but where do you start? Well, that's where I come in. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. It's not always so easy for me to meet in person, so I created this brief introduction just to help you understand a little bit more about me and how I assist my clients in selling their homes for a premium. A lot of times, making a move is a super significant life event, and it's critical to have the right support and guidance put in place from the very beginning. Get ready to dive into how I understand my clients' needs, my pricing strategy, the importance of market snapshots and the days on market, as well as how I empower my sellers while taking responsibility and transferring the accountability onto myself to perform and serve you at the highest level. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So first and foremost, I really strive to understand your motivations for selling and any concerns really that you may have, just so I'm on the same page and I'm clear with everyone. Like, why are you selling? You know, like, what is the motivation behind leaving this property? Because making a move can obviously be a bit stressful. You may or may not have done this very many times before, and so, you know, what I like to do is address your biggest concerns up front that you might have about moving, and any other concerns really that you might have just up front, you know, so that we're all on the same page. The better I understand your motivation, your concerns, the better I can tailor a personalized plan that suits your needs and gets you the results that you're looking for. Let's talk about the market snapshot for a second, because a lot of my clients find it super helpful when I walk them through a quick market snapshot of what's happening hyper-locally right here in your micro neighborhood. Market snapshot is going to be something that is invaluable for understanding the local real estate landscape. What I typically do with my clients is I love to take you on a tour of the local market and show you how much homes are selling for, what types of properties are in high demand. I'll even take you on a little journey through the economic landscape of exactly what's occurring in today's market environment and provide you with a framework so that you know exactly what to expect when your property hits the market. One super important metric that I like to point out a lot is the number of homes for sale right now in your neighborhood, because your competition is like super essential. This is like a very key factor to consider when selling your home. We know buyers shop based on price, and we know that they comparison shop as well. They're going to look at your competition. They're going to look at your property. They're going to compare the features and benefits and the price that you're offering, and they're going to, you know, determine which one is the obvious choice, which one should they go see, which one should they go see first. And I think you can probably agree that what you want to do is come up with a plan so that your house is the obvious choice and your competition actually helps you make it to the end zone with the most favorable price and terms, of course, because that's what you're looking for. Days on market. This is something that is also critical. It's a metric that influences the entire home selling process. And at any given time, every segment is going to have a specific and continually fluctuating number of days that it takes for a home to hit the market and then get an offer. Your goal should be not only to get more than the average, but you want to position your home in such a manner that you get well above your asking price within the average number of days on market in your area. Because listen, I mean, if your property lingers on the market for an extended period of time, this could deter buyers and is likely going to result in lower offers, which is the last thing that you want. Days on market also is going to drive the process of selling your home between the moment that your property is brought to market and the unique number of days that it takes to actually get a signed buyer agreement, the average number of days is when you are going to receive the best offers with the best terms. And in my market, broadly speaking, that number is between 7 and 10 days. So when it comes to pricing, it's super vital to align with the current market conditions, and pricing is probably like one of the most important things that I typically discuss in working with my clients, because you want to make sure that when you hit the market, the buyers actually agree with you. It takes a specific quantity of these private showings for an offer to come to fruition on average in your neighborhood, and you want to know that number and aim for less showings to get that outcome that you're looking for. My goal when I'm working with my clients is to make sure that this number is as low as possible, right? Because I think that we're probably on the same page in that you'd probably like to show your home as few times as possible to get a great offer. Hypothetically, let's reverse that for a second. Let's say that your house sits on the market for a number of days that is well beyond the average days on market. Let's say a couple walks through the home, they love the home, they turn to each other and they say, honey, this is our house, we want this house. You know, what do you think that their offer is going to reflect? Frankly, no matter how much they love it, even if they've been searching for many months and they love the house and this is their favorite one, what do you think that the fact that your house has been on the market for months and months and months is going to reflect in their offer? Something's got to be wrong, right? Potentially they could come in below asking, even if this is like their be all and end all. Especially if everything else is selling in half the time or potentially even less time. So there's really just, in that case, no real incentive for a buyer to give you a great offer if you're the only house that's been sitting on the market for months and months and months. That's why I dive into the market data and analyze recently sold homes in the area and do all of the research to be able to recommend a list price to you that is competitive and is going to attract genuine buyer interest. You want to look at your house as kind of like a work of art. You want to price it in just the right way so that buyers see the value and are willing to pay a premium for it. So my best advice is always going to be to bring the house to market, let real buyers respond with the real-time feedback, because if you compete head-to-head with another property, one of three things is going to happen. The first thing that could happen is when we hit the market, you get a ton of showings and multiple offers within the first 2 weeks or less. That's great. That's what everybody wants. That's what we're all striving to achieve. And the second thing that can occur, which may or may not be happening to your competition, is we get a lot of traffic, a lot of showings, multiple interests, but no offers. So if that happens to you, what do you think that the market's trying to communicate? We're just not priced in line with, you know, what the home has to offer, and it would then be advisable to have a conversation to make some adjustments, potentially, if that's appropriate. You know, the last thing that could happen is, and I don't think this would happen, especially in this market, but the last thing that could happen is we enter the market and no one comes to see the house, like literally no one. Like I said, this is not going to happen. It actually could happen. You never know. But that's why I go ahead and I look around that corner before I suggest to you that you put your house on the market at a specific number to compete with your competition. Because really, within the first 2 weeks, we should absolutely be talking about a legal contract and an offer that we're like very, very excited about, because if we sit on the market for too long, you're gonna get a low offer, and that's just the last thing that you want, and people are not impressed with low offers. Lastly, I want to share with you something that's very important to me, and it's the dynamics of the relationship between you, the homeowner, and myself and my brokerage community. As your licensed real estate broker, I view our relationship as more of a partnership. So what that means to me is that you are the employer and I am the employee. Thus, I work for you. And so there's a couple things that I like to talk about that clarify this, as far as how I transfer the risk and the accountability off of you and onto me to perform at the highest level and help you achieve the outcomes that you're looking for, which is something I really enjoy doing, and frankly, that's what I live for. My goal is to help you make a decision with absolute confidence, 100%, that you're hiring the right individual, no reservations, no concerns, because the number one complaint that in my experience I hear in the industry is that sellers like you hire a broker like me, and from that day moving forward, everything goes downhill. The communication is lacking, they don't do what they say they're gonna do, and most agents are gonna want you to actually sign a 6-month contract and handcuff you to that contract, like whether or not they actually do their job. So I made sure of it to put this listing addendum in place to assure that you never run that risk. Because here's what should happen after you click away from this video and think that it's a good idea to work together. I want you to not just think it, I want you to believe that myself and my brokerage community are doing our part in doing everything humanly and inhumanly possible, literally, to get your property sold. And if there's ever a day where you feel a change of heart about anything in the world, I want you to hold the keys to your future. And another thing I want you to know is that if together we decide that working together is a good idea, you're never tied down to a contract. And I hope that seems fair, because it does to me. One last thing. In addition, I'm also here to encourage and empower you to go out and explore the market independently at the same time as me, and find a buyer yourself, because the reality is we really don't care so much where the buyer comes from. Could be procured by you, by me, by another broker. Our shared goal is to simply secure a premium price and the terms that you want for your home, regardless of where the buyer comes from, because I don't like to delay deals. I make deals. Every answer I give you is yes, and I'm always looking to fight for my clients instead of settling. So don't settle for less when it comes to selling your home, because your home is more than just a property. It's a reflection of your life, your memories. Your home is the biggest investment that you probably have ever made, and you deserve a partner who's dedicated, direct, enthusiastic, knowledgeable, hardworking, competent, and that's exactly what I bring to the table. So don't miss out on this opportunity. And if there's anything in the world that I can do for you, or you're interested to learn more about what's going on in today's competitive environment, I am never too busy, ever, to help you navigate this complex environment and give you my best advice on how to achieve your real estate goals. So if you're curious about how to grasp what's going on in your local market, or you're simply just wondering how can I get the data for my local market, simply reach out to me. Discover how you can use my resources to add color to your conversations about what's going on in the market, and gain tremendous perspective to super important questions like what are the biggest trends impacting my market today that I don't know about? That's a good one. So don't delay. Do whatever you need to do to get a hold of me. Save this video, share it with anyone you think needs to see this. Thank you so much. I really can't thank you enough for watching. Don't forget to comment or message me any additional thoughts or feelings that you have on the market, and I look forward to serving you soon.